Hey everyone, this is Laura Gadenik with Laura Gadenik Astrology, and I'm here to give you the astrology for the week of May 31st through June 6, 2021. This is a really wonderful week between eclipses. Things are mostly really good until the end of the week. So let's jump in. Today, Monday the 31st, we are coming off of a Mars trine Neptune energy. Mars is our action, it's how we take initiative, it's our energy, it's our motivation, and Neptune represents our dreams, what we idealize, what we aspire towards in the most dreamlike kind of way. And so, yesterday and today, you might be feeling really inspired. You might want to do things that feel good, that are emotionally motivating. Mars trine Neptune is really about following your ideals and not settling for anything less, and definitely not settling for what's mundane. So it's really, really lovely day and lovely energy. Tuesday the 1st, we have the moon moving into the sign of Pisces, where it will conjoin Jupiter for the first time since Jupiter moved into Pisces. Now, Jupiter is one of the benefics in astrology and represents faith, generosity, optimism, hope, blessings, good fortune, growth. And so this might be a day, emotionally, it'll be a really great day in terms of feeling good, feeling optimistic, feeling hopeful, feeling really generous. It could be a day where good things come to you, good things that you have planted seeds for in the past couple of weeks. Definitely a great day to adventure, to be with friends or loved ones or community of some kind where you can share something, where you can maybe have some philosophical talks, or where you can explore and maybe try something new on that day. So it'll be really, really, it's a really feel-good kind of day. Now, Wednesday on the 2nd, we have Venus heading into Cancer, where she will stay until June 26th, so just for a couple weeks. Now, remember, we still have Mars in Cancer, so Mars has been traveling through Cancer for the past couple weeks, at least the past month or so, and Mars can represent strife, conflict, separation, causing problems. And so with Venus reunifies, Venus harmonizes. And so if there has been any sort of strife in that part of your life, likely things will come to peace or unite again or harmonize in some way. So there could be a reunification of things in the part of your chart where you have Cancer on the cusp. As a general notion, Cancer represents home, family, and mother. So if there is any conflict with your family or your mother, or maybe where you live, likely things will unify again, harmonize again. And also, Cancer is the sign representing emotions, and Mars in Cancer is kind of like boiling beneath the surface, like it can represent feeling a little more irritable or angry emotionally and just kind of on edge. And so Venus going through Cancer will feel a lot more easy and just good, like better in general. It's kind of soothing the heat that Mars brings. So there's also there's a sweetness brought to this part of your chart, whatever house that Cancer's on the cusp of. And Venus also attracts. That's her job in the zodiac, is to attract things to you. So, you might attract something to you that you set in motion a couple of weeks ago, especially because Venus trines Jupiter on Thursday the 3rd. So the parts of your chart that contain Venus and Jupiter, or where they're transiting right now, will get a boost, and something good is likely to come your way. One more thing about Venus and Cancer. Once again, Cancer represents home, and Venus beautifies. And so this might be a time period where you beautify your home a little bit more, spruce it up, maybe even do more art than usual or than you normally would. So it can also indicate wanting to invite people over more, wanting to create connective experiences in your home, having more dinner parties, having hanging out more with friends and family, like in your home or in someone's home in particular, and just having really connective experiences at home or with family. So Thursday the 3rd, once again, Venus makes that trine to Jupiter, bringing benefits and blessings to the parts of your chart that have Pisces and Cancer on the cusp. In general, this is a great day, a day of good fortune and benefits. There's this sense of effortless connection and generosity. Opportunities and openings might just come to you. There's a sense of flow. Especially with, Jupiter in Pisces, there is more of a need to go with the flow in general, go with what feels good, go with what inspires you, right? And so when the two benefics get together, it's like that on steroids in a sense. Really try to prioritize what feels good on that day. I mean, if you do have to do any sort of work or get things done, that's also supported with the sun making a trine to Saturn. So it's kind of a good balance, I would say, to get things done. Maybe something you've worked hard at comes through. So there's that benefit, the Venus-Jupiter benefit comes through something that you've been working hard at, Sun trine Saturn. There could be also this sense of diligence, having patience for something, having the ability or energy to work hard, and clarifying your goals or your ambitions. Saturn does rule over ambitions and goals in general, or it can. It's one of the significations. And sticking with what's worked for you in the past. Saturn represents tradition and time and age. So I see this day as a great day for things coming through in particular, and being a great day to connect with others and to connect with community in some way and to share something, but also to stick with something, to work towards something, and benefits coming from sticking with something, I would say. So Saturday is when things get a little stickier. We have Mercury retrograde, right? Square the planet Neptune. Now, this isn't a surprise, and we've been here before. Namely, we've been here for the past couple of weeks. Mercury has been in a square with Neptune basically for the past 2 weeks. The first time that we might have started to feel this energy was on the 18th of May, when Mercury came into about 3 degrees of squaring Neptune. I think the exact first square was on the 22nd of May. So thinking back to around that time, whatever you were thinking or planning or maybe doing or communicating or whatever mercurial thing you were doing on that day, this might be the moment where you rethink it, where you reflect upon it, review it, and reconsider. That's what a Mercury retrograde ultimately does. Mercury has basically been in square to Neptune this whole time, so this is not really a surprise, or the energy isn't necessarily that much different or that much more drastic. However, it'll probably be one of the messier moments of this Mercury retrograde. Mercury rules over communications, the mind, how we exchange ideas and information. It represents sales and commerce and the buy and sell aspect of trading. Represents technology in general, travel, all of those things with Mercury retrograde without the Neptune part of it usually go kind of haywire, and things go missing, or there are delays, or there are miscommunications. Some technology messes up. Maybe you're late for things chronically, or something happens with your car. These are kind of classic Mercury retrograde hiccups that are causing us to slow down and pause more and reflect more, right? That's kind of one of the purposes of Mercury retrograde, in my opinion. But with the square to Neptune, it's kind of like all of those things on steroids. So take it especially slow, be especially careful on Saturday. I think this is Saturday, the 5th. Yeah, the 5th of June. And be open to receiving information in strange or unusual, mysterious ways, right? So Neptune is that otherworldly component, that mystery, that which is just behind the veil. So it can be rather dreamlike, but also really confusing. So it's going to be really confusing if you're trying to do minute, detailed tasks, or especially involving communication or written things, or, you know, anything mercurial. If you're trying to do something that is meant to be done when you're in a clear and concise headspace, don't do that. It probably won't go very well. The way to work with the energy is to do things that allow for Mercury retrograde square Neptune to come about in the most positive way. So like dream work, maybe do some yoga nidra, maybe some work on lucid dreaming, maybe do some creative writing, singing, anything musical. Go with the flow on this day. Definitely go with the flow and try not to be attached to plans and have a lot of flexibility. So that is this is the second square between Mercury and Neptune. It's, you know, could be kind of messy, but try to work with it. Same day, we have Mars opposite Pluto. So Mars is, once again, our motivation, our energy, how we take initiative. It's also our sense of independence and doing things alone. Mars can represent severing or separating from someone or from a group. You know, it's really about independence and doing things alone. Pluto is a planet about power and what's underneath the surface. Pluto digs and unearths and usually reveals things that are not very pleasant, especially with an opposition. So, you know, this aspect could bring about some power struggles. It could bring about issues with control or reveal issues with control. There could be strong emotions beneath the surface that have been brewing, especially with Mars in Cancer, the sign of emotions, and Mars representing our anger as well and how we fight. So strong emotions beneath the surface bubbling up and being unearthed or revealed. You know, it's not as intense necessarily, or like absolutely not as intense as eclipse season, which we're in the middle of. So you know, last week was probably more intense. It'll absolutely be more intense than this week. And next week, when we have the next eclipse, is going to be more intense than this week. So this aspect is not necessarily a big deal. And I don't want anyone to worry about it. And you know, aspects don't automatically impact you. It really depends on if this is hitting any of your personal planets. So if you have any planets at the 26th degree of the cardinal sign, so that's Capricorn, Aries, Cancer, and Libra, then this will probably impact you more. But if you don't, then, you know, this type of aspect could play out in the world at large, and you could see it in the news, or maybe it's playing out with your friend or someone in your family because they have a planet at that degree of the cardinal sign. So don't freak out or worry, because it might not necessarily even impact you in a personal way. But it's definitely good to be aware of. So yeah, Saturday, like I said, bit messier, more challenging day. But it's just a day, it'll pass. Come Sunday and Monday, that energy will no longer be as relevant in the moment. So anyway, so that is the astrology of the week. I hope this video has helped you to prepare mentally for what's to come. And I will be back next week with another astrological update. And I hope you have a wonderful week with the Venus-Jupiter trine. Okay, bye.